So we're continuing the series, shaare, teshuva, the gateways of repentance. Last time, we got up to the sixth way of inspiration, as there are 6 ways inspired through teshuva that Rabbeinu now brings. And we stopped the middle of it by Saif Yudhet. We didn't finish it, and B'ezrat Hashem, today we'll finish the 6th principle and we'll finish the 2nd shad, leading us to the longest shad, which is most of this, the longest part of the sefer. So basically, we're continuing as the Berna is now talking about, expands more on the fact that one shouldn't get yourself involved with this world too much, with the pleasures. You should know that the wicked person's soul, which during a person's life desires nothing other than physical pleasure, and those desire, and whose desire is completely separated from the service of the Creator, and therefore is disconnected from its source, from heaven. Will descend, and then when the wicked person dies, down to the earth, the place that was the focus of its desire. The nature of such a soul will be like that of the dust of the earth, to descend and not to ascend. ומשפט ולראות איך ההליכה מרום משאול, but it will temporarily be brought up to the heavens, because its nature to be tried to be judged, and see how it will be foolishly exchanged heaven for Sheol, which is Shaino. Just like a stone who's propelled upward against by a slingshot. After such a soul has gone up to the heavens, it will fall naturally down to the earth. Just as the stone goes back to the earth after being thrown upward by the slingshot. So basically, what's the Baron not telling us over here? He's telling us someone who's a rasha, and all he cares about is his physical pleasures. He's disconnected from Hashem. And obviously, he's gonna go to Gehinnom. But obviously, but still, even though that they take him up the stairs to heaven to judge him, to see how he'll do. The test out, see his foolishness. Every time he sins, it goes lower, lower, lower till nowhere he ends up. Just like a stone, the Baron says, you with the slingshot goes up, and then thanks to gravity comes down. It goes all the way down. So continuing, bring the source in Nehemah, says in Shemuel Aleph, והייתה נפש אדוני צרורה ושרור, החיים מת השם אלוקיך, ואת נפש אויביך יקלענה בתוך כף הקלה. When Abigail saw David, fell at his feet and said, "May my Lord's soul be bound up in the bond of life with Hashem your God." and may you hurl the soul of your enemies, just as one shoots a stone from a slingshot. Said in Midrash Mishle, Ahad Nishmotan Shel Sadikim, Ve'ahad Nishmotan Shel Shaare Olot Lemarom. After that, both the souls of the righteous and the souls of the wicked are sent to the heavens. Ela Nishmotan Shel Shaare Chozrot Ve'odot Torkot. But the souls of the wicked subsequently descend, crashing down to the earth so slowly today. It says, and may you hurl the soul of your enemies just as one shoots a stone from a slingshot. So again, the point obviously is slowly but slowly the Rishaim, first they start off with heaven just like the Tzaddikim, and every time you see their sins go lower, lower, and lower, until we know where they end up. Also says in Mishle, when a wicked man dies, hope is lost, meaning that after being flung up to the heavens and falling back down, there's no hope for a wicked person to escape from the darkness of getting up to the light Gan Eden, because he can't do teshuva once he's out of this world. Regarding the wicked person's soul, it says in Tehillim, it shall go to the generation of his fathers until eternity. They shall see no light. And this is obviously this pasuk speaking about referring to the Rishaim, whose ancestors are also Rishaim. But the point is that we're not telling us that we're here, that once the Rishaim leave this world, it's too late. You can't do teshuva. So continuing, Saif repeat, it's been clarified that the souls of the wicked people descend to Sheol, which we say Geino. The two verses mentioned from the words of our Hamim for the says Mishle, the path of life leads upward for the one who uses his intellect, so that his soul will turn away from Sheol below. And by basically by using their intellect, the pasuk tells us, by using your intellect to control your desires, the path of life leads upwards. If you don't allow your intellect to lead your way, then you're gonna go down to Geinum. And that's what this pasuk is saying. And that's the point. So continuing, another pasuk, ועוד נאמר, also says in Kohelet, מי יודע רוח בני האדם העולה, היא למעלה ורוח הבהמה היורדת היא למטה לארץ. Who knows the spirit of a man that ascends on high, and the spirit of the beast that descends down to the earth? Perush, meaning is, who can recognize the righteous and the wicked in this world? For there are wicked people whose evil deeds are performed in secrecy, and therefore they're not recognized by people as wicked. Also, there are completely righteous people, on the other hand, who hide the fact that they and that they fear Hashem, and they do perform Asim Tovim. It says in Micha, to walk modestly with your God. And obviously, this means to hide the fact that you serve Hashem. But the point, Rabbi Yonah is telling us over here that one, that he brings the pasuk, says, who knows the spirit of the man that descends on high? The spirit of the beast that descends down to the earth. The spirit of the beast is the Rasha, the spirit of a man is Sadiq. So, how do you know? How could he tell who's a Sadiq and who's a Rasha? It's a question without an answer, Shiva Muhammad was saying. We can't tell. Because there's Reshayim who hide their sins. They say they're good. I'm nothing wrong with me. But you also have Sadiqim, the big Sadiqim, who hide the fact that they're a Sadiq. So you can't find out. They're hiding every time they're fearing and they're serving Hashem in any way. They hide it. They don't show people. So there's really like no way to know, as Shiva Muhammad was saying. Continuing, Pasuk refers to the soul of a wicked person as the soul of an animal, as we said before, the spirit of a beast. Because it is drawn after a physical desire like an animal. So the reason why a Rasha is considered a beast is because he's just like an animal. He goes by his desires only. As is written about the people of Nineveh, Yonah, Asher lo yada ben yamino lishmolo uvema rabba, says, who do not know their right hand from their left hand, and many animals as well. And that's basically meaning that many animals refers to the Shidashayin. Unefesh HaSadikim Yikra Ruach B'nei Ha'adam. Pasuk refers to the righteous person as spirit of a man, only because only a Sadiq deserves the title man, not a Rasha. It says in Yehezkel, now you are my sheep, the sheep of my pasture, you are men. The meaning of the wording of the pasuk is as follows. Who knows how to identify the spirit of man if he's righteous, which he says on high? Because there are many righteous people who no one could say conclusively in this world that they are truly righteous and their soul was sent to heaven. Says in Shemuel Aleph that man sees what his eyes behold, but Hashem sees into his heart. Meaning, we can't just tell the outside of a person whether he's a Sadiq or a Rasha. And it's very important because just because a person wears a black hat and has a long beard doesn't mean he's a big rabbi. You have to see what he actually does. His Maasim Tovim, everything else. It doesn't go by how you look. It's about who you really are. You could look like someone that's not a rabbi at all, but you might be the greatest Sadiq. You never know. Being righteous and holy doesn't mean having a long beard to the floor. Obviously, we don't know everything, so and obviously Hashem knows into your heart. Also, many righteous people hide the fact that they fear Hashem, and their level of righteousness is therefore unknown to others. את העניין שנאמר והשנאה ללכת עם אלוקיך, says Micah, to walk modestly with your God, ורוח הבהמה וגומר, it says the spirit of the beast, etc., is basically asking the Mishnah verse continue with that. He's also asking about the Rishaim, how who can identify the Rishaim? גם יש רשעים רבים שאין אדם מכיר במעשיהם. Here too, answers no one, because there are many Rishaim whose evil deeds go unnoticed by others. כעניין שנאמר והיה במחשך מעשיהם ויאמרו מי יראינו ומי יודענו. Says in Yeshaya, their deeds are done in secrecy. They say, who sees us and who knows of us? It says, and Gamir Shonaraka explained in Midrash Kohelet Rabba, Ki Ruach Bnei Adam Elu HaTzadikim, Ruach HaBehema Elu HaReshaim. The spirit of human beings refers to Tzadikim, while the spirit of the beast refers to Reshaim. So that's what we were saying this whole time, that the spirit of a human is referring to a Tzaddik, and the spirit of a beast is referring to the Rasha. לא יוכל איש לומר כי היה מסתפק על נשמת האדם אם תעלה למעלה. It's impossible for anyone to say that this is the not the proper explanation, and that Sheol was actually wondering whether a person ascends to the heaven after death. Ki ineh katuv, because it's written in the very same book in Kohelet. Ve'aruach teshuva el Elokim asher netana, and the spirit it shall return to God who gave it. Ve'od ech nitzapek al ruach habehema ki yored lamata. Furthermore, according to the Shlomo, it's also uncertain whether a person of an animal, the spirit of an animal, descends to the ground. But that's impossible. Because how could one possibly wonder whether the spirit of an animal descends? We know where that goes. Why the spirit of an animal originates from the ground? How could then you say it could ascend to heaven? ונתבהר בתורה כי נשמת האדם אלונית. It was also clear from the words of from the Torah that a person's soul originates from the upper world. כתוב על נפש הבהמה כי היא מן הארץ. It's written about an animal spirit that comes from the ground. שנאמר תעשה הארץ נפש חיה למינה. Says in Bereshit, let the earth bring forth living creatures, each according to its kind. ועל נשמת אדם כתוב ויפח באפיו נשמת חיים. Whereas regarding the human soul, it says also there that God formed the man from dust from the ground, and he blew into his nostrils soul of life. Therefore, a person's soul surely ascends upward when his body dies, and the animal soul surely ascends to the earth. Because all things eventually return to the root source. כעניין שנאמר, יהושע נפל על הארץ כשהיה והרוח תשוב אל האלוקים אשר נתנה. Says Kohelet, the dust of a human body returns to the ground as it was. The spirit returns to Hashem, to the God who gave it. So what the Berna is basically saying is that basically, obviously now, Shlomo HaMelech was not wondering if Tzadikim go to heaven or not, and if the Shaim go to heaven or not. Obviously we know that they do. You cannot say that, because Because obviously now, Shlomo understand the same book that a tzaddik goes up to the soul returns to God who gave it. And obviously now, Shlomo wasn't wondering if animals have a next world, go to heaven or not. Because obviously, there's a rule that wherever you came from, that's where you're going to return. Animals, they came from the ground, they return to the ground. Us, our bodies came from the ground, return from the ground. But our souls that originated from heaven go back there. That's the point. ועבדו תמונה ברכה. Hold on. Actually here, ונאמר על נשמת הצדיקים, also says regarding the souls of the tzaddikim, זכריה, ונתתי לך מלכים בין העומדים האלה. If you go my ways, if you safeguard my watch, I'll grant you strides among these omdim, which literally means those who stand. פירוש, בין המלאכים שהם עומדים וקיימים, meaning it of this promise is that I'll grant you strides among angels who endure. Omdim means here endure, and are everlasting. It's along the lines of what is said in Tehillim. They establish them, forever and ever. The word Vayamidim is related to the word Omdim. It's used to connote being forever. Endure meaning forever. ונאמר, קרבת האחד מן הקמאיה. Another instance for the sermon is said in Daniel, I approached one of the standing ones. So, yeah, basically, so we're not bringing more sources without proof that what happens to the soul of the righteous after death. It says in Zechariah that I'll grant you strides among the Omdim and those standing. That means the tzaddikim will have Olam Haba. If you follow Hashem's ways, you'll get eternity. Olam Haba. Continuing, Ravnu Zona Bracha. Makavim Zona Bracha said Masechet Shabbat. Tavshotehen Shel Tzaddikim Geruzot. The souls of the righteous are tucked away under the throne of glory. May my Lord soul be bound up with the bond of life. Continuing. וכל אנשי לבב יחשבו על העולם הזה כמו דירת ארעי. All the wise-hearted people should view this world as a temporary dwelling. לא ישתמשו בו רק לעבודת עבודי פרח ויכינו בו לדן להשם. And they should make use of this world for only serving עבודי פרח by preparing it in it provisions for their souls in the world to come. כי אם שנים רבות יחיה אדם ואילו היה 1,000 שנים פעמיים. Or even a person who would live very many years, and even if you live 1,000 years twice over, הרי שיש מספר לשנה ויפלה המספר לתוכו כלא היה יהיה. Since there would be some finite number to his years, the number would eventually be reached to the end, and it'll be as if it retroactively never existed. Whereas the world of the reward, the world to come, has no end. It's eternal. It says in New York, for my allotted years and will come, then I will embark on the path from which I will never return. And therefore, any amount of time in this temporary world must be viewed as temporary. The eternal world, forever. And it's surely proper to adopt this perspective in reality. A person's days are really not that long, but it's like a passing shadow. The days of our years are coming, our years among them are 70 years, and it is cut off swiftly, and we will fly away. Says also, a man is like a breath. His days are like a passing shadow. So now the Baronite goes on to make a different point after saying that not only that Sadiqim go to Lamaba, the Shaim go to the not only that, he says a person should realize in this world it's only temporary. Therefore, it's very important because you shouldn't be spending too much things. You shouldn't be viewing this temporary dwelling as if it's forever. Meaning, to start building and doing all these types of things in this world. Once you're gone, you're gone. It's not forever. It's not something to continue building and you're going to be here forever. Because even if you live to thousands of years, let's say, you live to 3,000 years old. Even that, you still be limited in this world. You still only have X amount of time. It's not forever. You're not going to be here forever. And every second that goes by is another second of your life. But the point is that since this world is temporary, and you're not going to be anymore, no longer, people, at least if you're not someone important, or at least very important, people in like 40, 50, 60 years forget about you. No one's going to think about you. After you die, you died. Done. All your hard work is all garbage. All your money, it's not for you to use anymore. It already went on to your children, your grandchildren, whatever it may be. But it's not yours. All your hard work is not going to you. It's staying here. It's not going with you. And the point is that since we're very limited in this world, or only have a couple of years over here, don't use it to build on the physical world, which is temporary. Use it to build on the spiritual world, which is forever, for eternity. And Barana is basically saying also that life just flies by. It's like a passing shadow. Like this, it's gone. That's why I take advantage of it. So continuing, Ramnu Rabotenu Savana Raka, Akamir Savana Raka said in Quail Kiraba, Lo Keshilo Shelilan Velo Keshilo Shel Kote. That by using the metaphor of passing shadow, means to teach us that a person's life is not even like a shadow of a tree or the shadow of a wall. אלא כשלו הפורח ועובד. Rather like the shadow of a bird flying by. ישונם לומד. With this החכמים meant to convey the message of כי חייב האדם להמשיך עניין העולם הזה ולבוא כשלו הפורח ופרידה קטון. A person in his mind must compare the notion of his life, this world, to the shadow of a flying bird, which disappears almost immediately after it appears, and therefore is like a brief moment in time. The point is, the reason Tehillim it says it's like a bird passing by, a passing shadow. It doesn't just mean a passing shadow as in any type of shadow. It's the shadow of a bird. And if it flies, you only get to see it for what, 1 second, 2 seconds? Maybe not even. And it's gone. That's how life is. Not a wall that stays there. And it's there until it gets broken down. A bird. גם כי אין האדם יודע אם היום כאן או מחר ברכבת. Furthermore, because the person does not know if he is here today and in the grave tomorrow, ונמצא בהשתדלו לדורו על יום מהד כי הוא מסתער על עולם שאינו שלו. And if that turns out to be the case, it will emerge then extending himself and expending his energy for his tomorrow, he's caused himself pain over the world that is not his. By viewing yourself life as a passing shadow, first will remember that he might die at any moment. Therefore, he could let it be. That will help him to less likely be focused in this world. Said in Masir אל תעשה צרת מחר כי לא תדע מה ילד יום. Do not trouble yourself for tomorrow's problems because you do not know what a day will bring, meaning you probably die tomorrow. So the point is, so Abirna is basically saying, okay, we got what Abirna's point. Don't focus on this world because it's very short. You're gonna fly by. Well, obviously the question is, let's say that was you. You focus on this physical world. You want to stop now. How do you stop? So Abirna tells us a good advice that one should realize that there's a chance that you might not even be alive today. Obviously now, old person, he dies. I mean, he knows when he's gonna die. Or even a young person, really, he could also die. You never know. And therefore, since he doesn't know when he's going to die, so now he's unsure whether or not, when could he complete his work over here. He's building a nice building. He may die tomorrow. He won't be able to complete it. And all his hard work in the garbage. So what's the point? But obviously now, if you're focusing on the eternal world, it's not your fault if you died. You're already focusing on the eternal world. You did teshuva, you did whatever it may be. You're good to go. That's why I want you to be inspired to stop getting too involved with the physical world. Safe, huh? ויקרא ספר קהלת חיברו שלמה עליו השלום למען ישים האדם על ליבו כי העולם האבל הבלי. שלמה אומר השלום composed the book of Kohelet primarily main reason so that a person should internalize the idea that this world is the ultimate of futility. ולא ישתמש בו זולתי לעבודת הבורא יתברך. And therefore one should therefore not make use of it except to serve Abore Parah, Hashem, והודיע כוונת הספר לפתיחתו וחתימתו. Shlomo made the purpose of the book known at its very beginning and at its very end, that to serve Hashem. That's why what's the purpose of Kohelet. כי פתח ואמר הבל הבלים, אמר קהלת הבל הבלים, הכל הבל. Before it began, the book saying, futility of futility, said Kohelet, futility of futility, all is futile. Basically, what he's saying is that Shlomo Melech composed one of his books, which is Kohelet. He said, this is the bottom line, this is the general rule. To sum up the book, this is what it is, the beginning and the end is it. One should not make use of it, of this world, only to serve Hashem. And not for this physical world. Not to use on this temporary stuff. Said in Kohelet Rabbah, אילו אדם אחר היה אומר, כן היינו אומרים, and someone else said this message about futility of the world, we would say, okay. Why? He would say, we'll scoff and say, אולי לא אסף שתי פירוטות מימיו, ועל כן נשב העולם האבל בעיניו. Perhaps the author never even had two perutas in his life. It's the smallest coin, the smallest coin used in the times of the Gemara. And that is why he considers this world to be futile. Meaning the whole reason he's saying this is because he's a very poor person. He has no money. So he can't enjoy from this world. He doesn't know what this world's like. So how could he be saying that? But you know who came from? The richest guy in the world. אכן שלמה שנכתב עליו ויתן המלך את הכסף בירושלים כאבנים. But for Shlomo, it's written in Malachim Aleph. It's written, the king made silver in Jerusalem as common as stones. That's how rich he was, Shlomo. Silver was like stones. Right. It is fitting to declare that the world is the height of futility. And since he was fabulously wealthy and experienced a very nice lifestyle, he never said the pleasures of this world are futile. Therefore, his message cannot be rejected. So continuing, now we go to the pasuk at the end, and Shlomo ended his book by saying, בסוף דבר הכל נשמע את האלוקים ירא ואת משרותיו שמור כי זה כל האדם. The sum of the matter, when all has been considered, fear God and keep His commandments, for that is the whole of man. And by saying that fearing God and keeping His commandments, the whole of man, Shlomo means that everything else, which worldly pleasures, making money and stuff like that, is included in this statement, is meaningless. So the bottom line also in the end says, the purpose of life is to serve Hashem and not to go after physical desire. Same Kapal. ומי שחננו השם פרחת, די ישיב אל ליבו. Anyone who has been granted intelligence by Hashem Yitbarach should internalize that the idea that Ki Hashem Yitbarach שלחו בעולם הזה לשמור נשמתו ותורותיו וחוקותיו ומצוותיו. that Hashem sent him to this world on a mission to observe his safeguards, his Torahs, in plural, and his decrees and his commandments. And obviously this is based on what Hashem spoke to Abraham Avinu about. Safeguards refers to what the Hachamim safeguard the Torah with. All the offenses, all these decrees. Torah refers to Torah She'Ktav, Torah She'Ba'al Peh. And decrees refers to the mitzvot. And the reasons that are not really, you can't understand it, the chokah, the chok. So we can't understand it. Commandments refers to mitzvot that even without the Torah says it, not kill. Why do you have to say that's obvious? Logic. Do not steal, obvious. Logic. The Torah doesn't need to tell me this. So continuing, even with this, that's what Hashem sent in the world for, to do these things. Eloi yivka enough lati ala odot shelichuto. And having internalized this, should not pay attention to anything other than his mission. Then at the end of his days, if he faithfully performed his mission, he will turn to Hashem in song with eternal joy upon his head. It's like a loyal servant, a flesh and blood king, who was sent by the king on a mission overseas. Whose eyes and heart are focused upon nothing other than the pertains of his mission, till he completes it and returns his master to report his success. Say, בדרך החוכמה הוריתיך וגומר להיות להשם מבטחיך וגומר להודיעך במקום שתאמרה אמת להשיב אמרים אמת לשוכחיך. I instructed you on the road of wisdom. Let your trust be in Hashem. I made this known to you today, you also. Surely I have written for you extremely noble things, and to teach you the accuracy of true words, so that you may answer regarding those words of truth to the one who sent you. So I bear on this point over here is that one, to internalize the idea that your purpose of life is to serve Hashem and not to be doing anything else. You are not put in this world as your purpose of life to make money or to build houses or to eat fancy steaks and these types of things. And not only that, it's that if you perform what Hashem tells you to do, so Hashem's going to reward you what you deserve. And he compares it to, Marina compares it, a loyal servant to a king who was sent on a mission. He sent him on a mission. His eyes and heart, they're focused completely, not on anything else. Oh, let me stop by the store. He's faithful to this king. All he's going to focus on is the mission. That's it. This is priority right now. Put everything else aside. Until I complete my mission, I want to serve the king and complete it. And then report him success. Same way we should do with Hashem. To put everything else aside and perform what he tells us to do. As it's like Shalom Melech said, I've instructed you on the road of wisdom. Let your heart, let your trust be in Hashem. And to teach you the accuracy of true words, so that you may answer regarding those words are true to the one who sent you. Meaning, go follow what Hashem tells you to do. Continuing, Saif Hafit. ומן הדברים שהאדם חייב לזכור בעבורם יום המוות. Among the reasons one must be mindful of the day of his death, כדי שלא יתפתל ואל תפנה ידם עבודת השם יתברך, to ensure that he does not even temporarily neglect the service of Hashem yitbarach, or even slacken to it in it. ותדע שנתו מעיניו לעמוד בתורה ולהתבונן ביראת השם. On the contrary, armed with his awareness, he will deprive himself of sleep in order to toil in the study of Torah. Is to think about the ways to increase his yirat Hashem, ולתקן מידות נפשו ולהשיג מעלות היראה והאהבה, to rectify his character traits, to attain the highest levels of fear and of Hashem, ולחשוב מחשבות איך להגדיל ולהאדיר מצוות, and to devise plans on how to exalt and glorify the mitzvot, להיות לנפשו שגולה ועושה, so that all these will serve as a treasure and a storehouse, the merit of his soul in the world to come. It's like what it said in Mishleh, Hakam live, Yikach Mitzvot. The wise of heart will seize good deeds. Ki yedav yizkor she'amayim she'ayamim kesayim. For one who is wise, the heart knows and remembers that the days of his life are short in comparison to what he has to accomplish. Said in Masechet Avot, Avot hayom tatzah v'amenata meruba v'poalim asirim u'ba'al habayit docher. The day is short and the task is great, the workers are lazy, and the master of the house is insistent that the work should be completed. So Ibn is telling us over here that one should, one of the reasons why one should be mindful about the day of his death is so that, because if you realize when you're going to die, and if you think your end is near, then obviously now that means this world's gone. Meaning you can't derive any pleasure from this world. All you have is the next world now. So now you have to focus all on Hashem. And you can't waste 1 second in this world. Just like someone who's really into this world, he's about to die, or his life is at an year, is almost out of this world. So now he's thinking, oh, how can I get some pleasure from this world and enjoy from this world for my last moments of this life, because I'm not going to have any more. So not going to be such a thing as physical pleasures for me anymore. So I have to get as much as possible, not waste a second. That's how I want you to be towards the Torah. And he says you should deprive yourself of sleep in order to toil and study the Torah and think about the ways to increase the fear of Hashem. And you should know something, that a person, how do you know if a person loves something more than himself? First of all, it's not a possible thing that a person could love something or someone more than himself, or it can't be. So the answer to that question is yes. you can love something more than yourself. As you see it all the time today. People working for money, they could love it more than themselves. How do you know? Some people, how could you tell? Very simple. If you see that they're willing to take off, let's say, their lunch break, they come early to work, late to work, they stay later after work to make a couple extra dollars. If you see that, it means they love money more than themselves. If they're going to get rid of their sleeping time in order to make money, it means they love that more than themselves. Because that comes before the personal needs. Whether they have to sacrifice for it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm getting the money, I'll be willing to torture myself in order to get it. That shows your love more than yourself for something. And this is how you should act towards the Torah. Not, oh, if you're in yeshiva, okay, well, I'm on my break now. So now I spend my whole day. As break, that means you're learning Torah because you have to learn it. It's okay, it's my obligation, I'm learning it. You know, I'm here, the kollel, whatever, I have to learn. But if you're doing it, even though it's not your hiyuv, your time is off, you're taking off your personal time, that shows your love for it, even more than yourself. And that's how we should be toward the Torah. And that's what Berna is basically telling us over here. This is what you should spend your time on. Even in your free time. Even in the time that, whatever, still do it. Study Torah. Obviously the reason is because, especially now, since you think you're about to die, you could die at any moment. So if you think you could die at any moment, then it's all more so for you. Because you're trying to get as much as you can. Grab as much diamonds from this world before it's too late. So that's the point over here. Point is that don't waste one moment of your life. As it says in Pirkei Avot, the day is short, but the task is great. So for people who just sit there and do nothing, they're wasting their time. I'll learn Torah tomorrow, I'll become religious the day after. They're wasting their own time. Because regardless, first of all, you may die tomorrow. And second of all, even if you don't die, the thing that's guaranteed is, you just lost a day of your life. So now you have less time to accomplish. And the workers are lazy, and Hashem expects from us to have some work completed. Or being lazy, saying, I won't do it, I'll do it later. You think this is what Hashem expects from us? To be lazy? Even though we're lazy, every single person you should know is lazy to some extent. This is what it is. Every person's lazy. But you have to try to get rid of your laziness as much as possible. Because every single person wants a break. They worked hard. I'm tired. I need a break. That's actually called laziness in a way. But obviously not the way we say it. So, that's the point. Don't waste your time. Focus on Hashem all your work over here. Continuing, Saif Kafdima. ומי שאינו זוכר יום המוות תמיד. On the other hand, one who does not constantly remind himself of the day's death, דומה בעיניו שיש לו פנאי ומיתון להשיג חפצו. Will tend to imagine that he has plenty of time and there's no rush to attain his objective. And therefore, he'll spend his time on more unnecessary matters. Rabbeinu said in Pirkei Avot, יפה שעה אחת בתשובה ומעשים טובים בעולם הזה, מכל חיי העולם הבא. In regard to acquiring a share in the world, in this world, 1 hour of repentance and good deeds in this world is better than all life in the olam haba. And as I'm saying, it refers to acquiring olam haba. In this world, you could acquire more and more olam haba. But once you're in olam haba, you can't acquire more, unless if you have some type of zehut. You left something in this world, yeshiva, or you donated money, and it keeps on going, and you're making a lot of people about their teshuva. Then okay, but regardless, it's better in this world. To be in this world doing mitzvot is better than the actual olam haba, because you're actually gaining more olam haba when you do mitzvot. Compared to olam haba, the actual olam haba, you're not gaining more when you're having the pleasure. But when it comes to ויפה שעה אחת של קורת רוח בעולם הבא מכל חיי העולם הזה. In regard to experiencing the actual pleasure, 1 hour of pleasure in the world to come is better than all life in this world. So the point is though, even though if a person truly has plenty of time, even if you did, still it'll be a serious mistake to approach serving Hashem with a lack of urgency, because you don't know how much you're losing out on from being lazy. So what's the point? Basically the point is, one, what doesn't remind himself of the day is that he doesn't realize there's so much I can earn over here. It's the biggest mistake you could do. As it says, the famous thing, you could 1 hour of doing teshuva and performing ma'asim tovim is better in the all life in the world to come with regard to actually getting it, getting olam haba. But when it comes to experiencing the actual pleasure, then the actual olam haba is better than this world. And that just comes to show you that if the olam haba in 1 hour is better than this, all the pleasures in this world, obviously why would you want to take a chance to lose out on a second of it? And Shlomo Melech also says this, Saif Kafdalit. Now, וכן אמר שלמה עליו השלום, Shlomo Melech עליו Shalom similarly said, it's also said in Kohelet, כי מאשר יחובר אל כוח חיים יש ביטחון כי להלך חי הוא טוב מן האריה המת. For he who is attached to all the living has hope, because a live dog is better than a dead lion. What does that mean, a live dog is better than a dead lion? If an attached person to this world is better than someone who's dead, he has hope. Perush. This means שמה חיי העולם הזה לעניין התשובה ופעולת המצוות והשגת מעלות הנפש. Shlomo praises life in this world with regard to doing teshuva, ma'asim tovim, and attaining spiritual virtues. והוא פעל הביטחון הנמצא כאשר יחובר אל החיים. This is the hope that is available to one who is attached to the living, while meaning when he's still alive. Perush ki lekelev hay. Ki lekelev hay. The meaning of because the live dog is better than the dead lion is כי האדם הפחות וחייו יכול להוסיף מעלות מנפשו, that even the lowliest person, a dog, so to speak, while still alive, can attain additional spiritual virtues. מה שלא יוכל לעשות כן החכם והצדיק המת. Something that's impossible for a hakam or a righteous person, which is are over here as a lion, so to speak, who's dead, to do. למקום האחר הזה, מגינה העולם הזה לעניין התענוגה וכבודו ואמר, in another place he'll more belittle and disparage this world in regard to attaining its pleasure and honor. It says, מה יתרון לאדם מאיפה מעלות שיעמוד תחת השמש? What profit does man have for all his labor that he toils beneath the sun? עוד אמר לשבח, אני את המתים שכבר מתו מן החיים ומת. Also says, so I consider more fortunate the dead who have already died than the living. So what's the point? Basically, also Shalom Ministry says that that a dog, a live dog, is better than a dead lion. That means that's because he's still attached to this world, and obviously comparing it, a dog is compared over here to an Ashan lion, like a Sadiq. The dog is like the lowliest type of animal, and the lion is like the king of the animals. And therefore, so it's better to be an Asha and be in this world than a Sadiq in the next world, because an Asha could still attain Olam Haba, which we also said in the Pirkei Avot. That's why it's better to be in this world to perform its work than be in the next world and get the pleasures. But Sadiq is already in the next world. There's nothing to do. You can't attain more reward. Only if you're in this world. As long as in this world you could do teshuva and you could perform ma'asim tovim. So, continuing, Rabbi said בפרקי אבות, תסתכל בשלושה דברים ואין אתה בא לידי עבירה. Consider 3 things and you will not come to sin. מאין באת? From where did you come from? מטיפה סלוחה, from a future drop of seed. Where are you going? The place of dust, worm, and maggots. And before whom will you give a reckoning of your deeds? Before King of Kings, Holy One blesses you. The explanation of this is as follows. What does that mean? What do these things mean? Where do you come from? Where are you going, and who will you go be standing in front of? When you think about where you came from, you'll humble yourself and you'll learn to despise the trait of haughtiness. When you remember that where you're going to you'll have a contempt for this world and realize that indulgences are worthless. And you'll engage in worldly matters only for a purpose of serving Creator. And when you take the heart before whom you are destined to give a reckoning, the fear of Hashem will be upon you. So if Birna brings, it's not in Avot, it says, where do you come from? A drop of seed. Why? Why do you what's the meaning of that? Why do you have to realize where you come from? Because if you realize where you come from something so low and so tiny, just a tiny drop, then if you realize that, you'll humble yourself. You say, hey, this is what I was. Well, who am I to have such gava? And if you remember where you're going, you realize that this world, really, there's nothing to do in this world. Once you're here, you're gone. Something else you could do. Next world is eternity. If you realize you're going to a place that's eternal. So, that's what you will think. What's the point of this world? To engage in this physical pleasures. And therefore, by doing this, you'll be able to actually serve Hashem. And the final thing that is the Mishnah, that when you take to heart before whom you are destined to give reckoning, if you realize that you're gonna go to the next world, Hashem is gonna be judging you, you'll have Yirat Shamayim. And what does that do for you to have Yirat Shamayim? You won't have bad thoughts, because if you realize that that Hashem's watching you and you're going to be judged, it's embarrassing. Imagine someone could read your mind. You'd be embarrassed to have bad thoughts. Also said the pasuk says, when the pasuk says in Bereshit, and God saw all that He made, and behold, it was very good. What's He referring to? Death. Why? Why is that so good? For even death is good. It helps humble a person's spirit. Conceal the fear of Hashem in their hearts. And to negate the tendency to make this world into the primary focus of one's life. So the point is that brings the pasuk, and God saw all they made, and He behold, it was very good. It refers to death. Why? What's so good about death? It helps you humble yourself, increase your Yirat Shamayim, and you focus less on this world. We said above in the Mishnah. So continuing, unfortunately, there are people who do not give themselves time face a ledger, a regular schedule to ponder the life's end. Due to their preoccupation with attaining worldly possessions, as a result, they are unprepared for the next world. Says in Yog, behold, their excess within them departs, and they die without wisdom. This means the following: their excess, meaning their wealth, departs from them when they take leave of this world. Clearly then, they do not benefit from the wealth in any lasting way. However, it has also deprived them from much goodness. It goes on to die without wisdom. They're not wise enough to ponder their life's end. and consider the need to perfect their souls and prepare provisions for their journey to the next world. It's similar to what it said. Or their wise, they would understand this. They would ponder their end. So, basically, what's the point over here? Basically, you're saying that unfortunately, there's people who they don't set aside this time to realize, hey, my death's coming, and therefore they say, hey, I have lots of time in this world. What's the point? I have lots of time. I could do teshuva, and then before they know it, they're at their point of dying, and then they regret it for eternity. So obviously now, all your physical things stay down here and go to Olam Haba empty-handed if you don't do anything that Hashem tells you to do. Focus on this physical world, everything stays behind. So at the end of the day, it's all worthless. It's only good for 50, 60, 70 years. You have the money for only that amount of time. Even if you wanted to have it forever, you won't have it. It's gone, because you're going to be gone. Yes, it's going to go to somewhere else. That's the point. So, now we're finished off with the with famous word. If I'm not for myself, who's for me? סעיף כ"ו. הנה נחתום העניין הזה במאמר נכבד אשר לחכמי ישראל וההלכה. To conclude the subject with an important teaching from the Hakamim of Israel and Halacha, פרקי אבות, היה הלל עליו השלום אומר, הלל עליו השלום said, he would say, אם אין אני לי, מי לי? If I'm not for myself, who's for me? וכשאני לעצמי, מה אני? If I'm for myself, what am I? ואם לא עכשיו, imatai. If not now, when? Now, what does all those three things mean? What does it mean if I'm not for myself, who's for me? What does it mean if I'm not for myself? Yeah. What does it mean if I'm not my friend, or if I'm for myself, who am I? What does it mean? And if not now, when? What do these things mean? So everyone explains, starting with if I'm not for myself, who's for me? The explanation is as follows. If a person will not inspire himself to change, he says, I'm not for myself, I'm not inspiring myself to change. That's what it means if I'm not for myself. What benefit will the reproofs that he receives from others be to him? Who's for me? Meaning, if you don't inspire yourself to change, you say, I'm not for myself, I'm not going to be for myself to inspire myself to save my eternity. So all the rebukes everyone's telling you to do teshuva, you're not going to listen to them. You're going to be a fool, ignorant fool. And what's going to happen? You ignore them, you go one day to the next world, and you know what happened. Or although the messages may enter his heart on the day he hears them, his Yetzirah will cause them to be forgotten and remove them from his heart. It says, in the prophets rebuke the Jewish people in Hosea, your kindness, meaning your righteousness, is like the morning cloud. The morning cloud it goes away as the sun climbs higher in the sky, and therefore so too, even when the Jewish people did repent, it did not last. Therefore they returned to their sins. What's the point? So just, again, what does it mean if I'm not for myself, who's for me? It means if you're not going to want to change, no one could help you. If I'm not for myself, I'm not gonna save myself. Who's for me? Who's gonna? If you don't want to save yourself, it's your choice if you want to save yourself or not. And if you don't want to, other people can't help you. And he says something very important that even if you see these Shaim, what do you see about them? They hear nice Musa, they hear something. It could be maybe from the series, I don't know. Something nice, they got inspired. What is it, for a couple of hours, 4 hours, 5 hours? After that, they forgot about it. They don't use it and change themselves. They're just here to be inspired. When you're inspired, you have to do something about it. Not just sit there and do nothing. Especially with the series, the whole purpose is not just so you could be inspired for one moment, but also to actually do something about it. And act quickly. Because if not, the Yetzer Hara is going to make you forget. And then you just lost out on some great teshuva and great things you could have done. But instead, you decided to delay the fact that you want to do teshuva. And that's another thing. Another reason why I want you to do teshuva right away. Because if not, the Yetzer Hara is going to make him forget. Oh, now he forgot. He forgot the inspiration he got. So, compares it to a pasuk in Hosea. It says your righteousness is like a morning cloud, meaning it's only temporary righteousness. Meaning whenever you get inspired, oh, now I'm a tzaddik for 1 hour. I'm a tzaddik for 1 hour and then I'm going back to my old ways. It's not how it works. When you want to become a tzaddik, you have to fully want to become a tzaddik. Next. Says in Mishlei, the language of the righteous person is choice silver, but the heart of the wicked is momentary. Momentary. Yerush Musar Sadiq, Zaf Melisig Ushono Nibhar. This means the reproof uttered by a righteous person is pure, without impurity, and its speech is superior. The heart of the wicked who hear reproof is inspired for only 1 moment. So I'll point this again. So the success the language of the righteous person is choice silver, but the heart of the Rishaim is momentary. Meaning the tzaddik, when they hear something, they do something about it. They get inspired. Right away, they act on it. They say, I'm going to change myself from now on, and therefore they cause themselves to remember what they heard. The Rishaim, only for now, they don't really change themselves. They just say, wow, what a nice thing the rabbi said. And they forget about it the next day. So that's the point. The word kimat in this pasuk means, as in the expression in Tehillim, if only my people would have heed me kimat, I would subdue their foes, which means in a moment I, Hashem, will subdue their foes. Meaning it's in a moment. The term heart in this phrase, the heart of the wicked, is a reference to the heart that is upright and wholesome. Lip says in Mishle, one who listens to reproof requires a heart. Meaning the heart that is, it gets virtuous heart. In another pasuk says, why is there money in the hand of a fool to purchase wisdom although he has no heart? Meaning, why should a fool spend money to acquire wisdom when he's not going to actually do teshuva? What's the point? It's basically like saying, why does a shah have to go listen to shiur if he's not going to change himself? The whole purpose is to change yourself. I can understand Sadiqim, okay, they change yourself, very nice, very good. They're shayin, they have no purpose in it. They just want to get inspired. What's the point of the inspiration? To change yourself. And the point is, it's not, you're considered foolish, is what this Pasuk is telling us. It's foolish to do such a thing. Come to a shiur, and then you don't change yourself. What's the point? So that's the point over here. And there, in truth, a person must, upon hearing words of reproof, inspire, continue to inspire himself, take the words that he hears to the heart, and think about them constantly, without letting them fade. Moreover, he should add his own ideas to them to extract similar messages of reproof from his own heart. He should reflect on these matters in the solitude of his own mind. And he should direct the force of his reproof at himself. And not rely only on the admonition of the one offering it. Over his self-admonition should be renewed daily and even at short intervals throughout the day. He should continue this way until the Spirit absorbs his lesson and until it is purified. And that concludes the first part of what Adil said. So what's the point over here? So, and this just shows, so we just previously said that we don't want it to be temporary, what you remember when you get inspired. We don't want that. So how do you remember it then? What should you do? And Ronnie tells us, keep on listening more and more and more. The words of Musad. Continue to inspire yourself. Take the words to your heart, which is very important. Not just inspire yourself and not take the words to your heart. Say, I'm gonna change. Even if you fail, you try changing, you fail. Again and again, keep on trying till B'ezrat Hashem works. And then, but not only that, you should also add his own ideas to inspire him. Whatever it may be, he inspires himself by doing certain things. We're saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do from now on. And how foolish it is not to be doing what is the foolish sin. And that's the point. Then he should direct the force of his reproof at himself. like basically he's criticizing himself in his mind, criticizing himself, and therefore he'll keep on absorbing these lessons till it gets purified. That's the point. So again, the bottom line is, in summary, a person should not rely on simply thinking about the things, since the effect fades quickly and does not produce change. What you want instead do, continue to inspire yourself, think about what he heard, build upon it, and apply it to his own situation. So one should not be ignorant, first of all, and actively inspire himself to change. And keep the inspiration going, not just forget it. Okay, I got inspired once, goodbye. Next part, and if I'm for myself, what am I? Now it's saying, and if I'm for myself, even if I do want to change, what am I? What does that mean? Shaare, that's me, mani. If I continue, if I'm for myself, what am I? גם כשאני לי להשתדל לתקן נפשי בכל כוחי. This means even if I take responsibility for myself, by endeavoring with all my strength to improve my character, אני הוגה בחוכמה בכל עת. And even if I contemplate the matters of wisdom at all times in an effort to achieve perfection, Ronnie, what am I? My accomplishments are very small. Or man's capacity of understanding is limited and weak. And even with effort and self-improvement, he attains only a small measure of virtues necessary to achieve spiritual completeness. Certainly then I must recognize that what little worth I am, and what little worth of my life has if I am not responsible for myself. That is, if I do not endeavor and spend effort to improve my character. Even a great effort I can accomplish little, surely without any effort I will accomplish nothing at all. We compare to a field that is of inferior quality. It's very bad. Even by putting much toil, much work into its improvement, and much toil, much work, he yields only small amount of produce. But one who not toil to improve it, it will not sprout any crops, and no plant will rise of it on it. And while of course rather it will sprout only thorns and thistles. If one has a field that is of high quality, you must sit if he does not put effort to work it, benefit will be derived from sowing. So a person's like not the high quality field, which produces many plants. Rather, it's like a very bad one. It produces very little. What's the idea over here? So again, what's the and if I'm for myself, what am I? What does it mean? It means that Even if I do say, I'm for myself, I'll be willing to change and improve my character. What am I? Meaning, how little do I get done? Even though I do all these types of things, it's very little. As we said before, the vocabulary says the task is little, but the task time, there's very little time here, but the task is a lot. And how much of that task do we complete? Hashem expects a lot of us, and we barely did anything. We're very limited and we're very weak. So what are we? How low are we? Even if I do want to change, even if I do mitzvot, what are these mitzvot worth? It's very little mitzvot that I do. Like a mashal about a field. Two fields. One is very bad field. Hard to work on. Bad quality. You have to do a lot of work, much toil, a lot of hard work, sweat. What? You got a tiny bit of produce. But, and obviously, needless to say, if you don't work on it at all, it's not going to sprout anything. Or you're going to get thorns, thistles, which is, obviously, we don't want that in our food. But if it's a high quality field, even if you don't put effort in it, the benefit will be derived from sowing it. Just sowing it, you get benefit. We are not high quality fields, we're very low quality fields. This is the name Shal, that since we're very low quality, we don't do much for Hashem. But you realize, what am I? And this should take us to humble ourselves before Hashem. So that's the point. Said, regarding what you said, written in Tehillim, for he knows our inclination, make me compare it to mashal of a king was assigned the field to the servant. Shiram le'ilda u'tumra lavi lo mimena shoshim kod bechol shana. In order them to work and protect it, I had to bring him 30 cord of his produce from each field each year. They toiled on it and they worked on it well. In the end, they only brought the king only 5 cord of the produce from it. The king asked them, what have you done? Why didn't you bring me what I asked for? I asked for 30, and you only gave me 5. He responded, our master, the king, the field that you assigned to us is bad quality. Indeed, we worked it with all our strength. With all that effort, we did not yield any more produce than this amount. Similarly, with Hashem, He knows our evil inclination. He knows our limitation. He expects us to make our best effort and to do as much as we can. One must recognize that, what am I? How little do I do for Hashem? So, what's the point? So, Mashal goes as follows again. You have servants. A king commands servant, go work the field, make me 30 cord, a certain amount of money, every year from it. And it was a bad field though. So how are you supposed to make money? Even though if you're working all day and all night, 24/7, you're not really getting anywhere. Making very little money. At the end of the year, they only made 5 points. So he comes to the king asks him, why didn't you make me in my mountain? He said, it's not our fault that the field was not good. We worked, we sweated, we toiled a lot, but apparently we couldn't get the work done. And therefore, since we couldn't get the work done, we're sorry, but it was not our fault, it was the field. It was bad. We could have got more than the work done if we had a better field. And similarly, of course now, and obviously now the king understands that. So obviously Hashem also understands us, that we're very limited, and he knows we have a big we have desires, but even if we do overcome these desires, we should still realize, what is it that I'm doing for Hashem? It's nothing. What am I? That's the second thing. Third thing, the final thing of Hillel's statement is, and if not now, when? Which you probably already know what it means. V'im lo achshav imatai. Hillel continues, if not now, when? And uli li le'acher yom o yomayim. Since I should not delay even by a day or two, השתדלותי ותיקון עשיר ובקביעות עתים לתורה. Made my efforts in improving my character and setting aside time for Torah. כי אם אומר הקווה לעת הפנאי. But if I should say, I will wait till the time when I'm free. ועד היות Yadi Kesef did to keep, or I'll wait till I have enough money for my needs. I'll be able to concentrate on spiritual matters. He will not succeed, because life difficulties never cease. You always have more and more and more life difficulties, and there'll never be free time. Not say when I'm free I'll study, because perhaps you'll not ever become free. So what's the point? What does it mean if not now, when? It means if I don't decide to do teshuva now, if I don't decide now, when? Because you may never have a when. You never know. Maybe, because if you say, I'll do it when I'm free, I'll learn Torah. I'll work on my midot when I'm at free time. You'll never have a free time. The Satan won't let that happen. And because the Satan's gonna bring problem after problem. Money, you're not doing well financially, you have to work harder, whatever it may be, and it distracts you from the Torah. That's why you need to actually make it to your schedule, not if you're free. Because if that's the case, you'll never be free. You'll always make excuses. I'm busy now. You won't consider any part of your time free. Because you don't want to learn. So now, for the remaining of the shot, and concluding with this, Abir is telling us now, he's going to list another 8 reasons, in total 9 reasons, why it's bad to delay improving yourself. So all those reasons, number 1, you may never have a free time to actually improve yourself. Because the Yetzirah is not going to let that happen. That's number 1. So what's the second thing? Safe have Zayin. Secondly, one who says, I'll wait until I have enough money then I'll focus on what I need. You should know, Ahare Asher, Yesov Yechos, all Yechos, Yechos, so, after he gathers and he amasses even a considerable sum of money, he still will not be satisfied because he'll desire to gather even more. Said, a person will not leave this world with even half of what he desires. The famous rule, rather, if he possesses a manet, or 100 zus, that is, he desires to have 200. And you see, and if he attains 200, he wants 4. Okay, Katu, Ohev Kesef Ko Yisba, Kesef. It's written in Kohelet, one who loves money will never be satisfied with his money. Waiting until one has enough is foolhardy, or one will never reach that point. So the second reason is, if you say, I'm going to go after my money, once I have enough money, I'll start learning Torah. It's foolish. Why? Because you will never be satisfied with your money. You have a certain amount, you always want more and more and more. Saif Kafhet now, Ashilishit, third reason, a person's time in this world is constantly decreasing, while the task is great. That is the task of the Torah study in character improvement. And the attainment of the necessary spiritual virtues such as love and fear, Hashem and cleaving to Him. The day is short, the task is great. And therefore, by postponing it, you're not only going to be able to perform less of the task. So another reason not to delay your learning Torah and things like that is why? Because what's going to happen is, if you say that, is you have a lot to accomplish, and by waiting and wasting time, you're only going to be able to accomplish less of that. So you won't be able to fully complete the task. Now, the fourth reason, when one relates to the improvement of his character, you'll incur sin and stumble into this transgression constantly. Meaning, fourth reason is, if you're going to delay your character improvement, what does that mean? It means that you're not improving yourself, meaning you're going to keep on stumbling into sins. You're jealous, you're not improving your character of jealousy. It means you're going to continue being jealous. That's sinning. Being angry, you don't work on yourself right away. That means you have more time of sinning, because you're going to continuously be angry until you decide to do teshuva, if you get the opportunity, obviously. Because Hashem wouldn't give a person the opportunity to do teshuva if he delays. He says, I'm not going to do teshuva. Hashem will kill him before that happens. So God forbid for something like that to happen. So that's the fourth reason. You're going to keep on falling to sins. Fifth reason, Saif Lamed, Ahamishit. The fifth reason, during the period where one's character improvement is delayed, evil inclination grows more powerful and hardens the heart, causing a person's negative traits to become ingrained. So it will be even more difficult for him to improve his character afterwards. It's written, I passed by the field of lazy men and by the vineyard of the land lacking understanding. Behold, it was overgrown by thorns. So the field of the lazy person is not only unproductive, but each day passing it becomes even more difficult to work. So too, a person who neglects improving his character becomes harder for him to change at a later time, because he gets more into habit. So again, fifth reason is, one who delays teshuva, he gets himself more into the habit of doing whatever he does, and obviously now, habits are, the bigger your habit is, the harder it is to break. So the longer you wait, the bigger desire you get for it, for whatever you're doing. The harder it is to break out of it. said, and one thing of inclination is attached to sin. Attachment is comparable to one embraced in heresy, and he has the capacity to purify himself from the Yetzer while he's still alive. And it says in ethical works, all things are controlled by habit. So the point is, so it says in Masechet Avodah Zarah, one whose evil inclination is attached to sin, he's attached to it, and he no longer, one who's very attached to sin is no longer, he no longer has the possibility to purify himself while he's still alive. Meaning, if it's like heresy, and heresy is able to be done for, you could only be atoned for it when you pass away. You have to die for it. Same thing, if you're attached to sin crazy, the only way to get rid of the sin is to actually die. It costs your life. That's the point. So that's the fifth reason why one should not be delaying teshuva or anything. Torah study. The sixth reason, one should be concerned that perhaps he won't live long. He delays improving himself in teshuva, he may die before he completes the requirement of teshuva. Therefore, Shalom says, he warns us, what we said previously, let your garments always be white. Meaning, always strive to be in the state of spiritual purity, and one has no way to know when he's going to die. So what's the sixth reason? Sixth reason is that maybe you won't live long. You never know when you're going to die. So if you don't know when you're going to die, so it's a problem. Because we all don't know when we're going to die. Even David HaMelech, who did know to some extent when he's going to die. Hashem told him he's going to die on a Shabbat. But still, he doesn't know which Shabbat. So every Shabbat he would learn. Whole Shabbat. The Yetzer Hara can't kill you. He doesn't have the power when you're running Torah to kill you. But the Satan tricked him, and then he died. Or whatever. But even that, the point is, even that, you don't know when you're going to die. So, that's why you should always be wanting to do this teshuva. Today, not delay it. Because you don't know when you're going to die. Hashem Saif Lamed Bet. Second reason, when one delays doing teshuva, by the time he does embark on the repentance, his sins will be events of long before, and you forget his grief over them. And he will not worry about them as time is going on as he repented earlier. So the seventh reason, when one delays teshuva, his sins, we'll say, hey, it was a long time ago. And since it was a long time ago, it's not a big deal anymore. If it was early, if it was right away, you'd still be sad over it. But once it was long back, okay, it was a long time ago. Like if you're, ask me shalom, if your relative dies, at first, it's all sad and everything. But once time passes, okay, you got used to it. You won't, and obviously the more the time goes on, the less sad you're going to be that he died. Same way over here by teshuva. When you delay teshuva, the sins will be, you'll forget about them. It won't be such a big deal for him anymore. The eighth reason, his well years as an old guy, and the strength of his yetara weakens, and physical desires wane. He will not receive as much reward as doing teshuva as when he was perfect in his heart, in the days when he was of his youth, when he still had a strong desire to sin. Regarding this pasuk, praiseworthy is the man who fears Hashem. It means praiseworthy is the one who comes to fear Hashem while he's still a man, meaning while he still has desires. And it said, an analogy, and know that when a thief does not have the opportunity to steal, he considers himself, I'm a man of peace, I'm good. So what's the point? The eighth reason is that when he becomes an old guy, his desires go away. Old people, they don't have desires for physical things anymore. And therefore, his reward gets lower if he overcomes these desires when he's young. I mean, when he's old. But when he's young, when he still has a desire, if he overcomes it then, so then he gets a big reward. Much bigger reward. And therefore, the same thing with the thief. You don't give him the opportunity to steal. It's impossible for him to steal. He's gonna look at himself as, hey, I'm a good person actually. I didn't steal today. He actually thinks he's an upright person now that he didn't steal because he was unable to steal. This is the same thing as the old guy. Now he lost his desires. Say, hey, you see now, I lost my desires and I overcame my desires. He didn't really overcome them because he didn't have the desires anymore to begin with. So you can't really say that he overcame his desires. You can't tell a thief that who's unable to steal that I overcame my stealing habits. You can't say that because he didn't. It just came because that was the reality of it. That's the eighth thing. Until she eat. The ninth reason. In the days of old age, when the intensity of a person's emotions is diminished, and then also no longer muster the strength to forge new paths in his heart. They organize new ideas in which the battle of evil inclination will see and to attain virtue. Nor does he have the energy to toil and labor in the study of Torah and the performance of good deeds. The Moshe Katu has written Kohelet. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth, עד אשר לא יבוא בימי הרעה והגיע השנים אשר תאמר אין לי בהם חפץ. Before the days of evil come and those years arrive which you will say, I have no desire in them. So meaning so again, last thing, ninth reason is, when you become old, then you're basically, it's hard for you to get used to a new lifestyle, as you see. When you're young, you can adapt to new things. When you're old, it's hard to adapt to new things. You're used to what you always used to do. It's hard for you to battle the Yetzer Hara now. Even though your Yetzer Hara is less, it's hard for you to fight it, so it's balanced out still. And therefore, since you're still, it's hard for you to make new paths because you're old, and it's hard for you to study Torah and work hard since you're old. So therefore, that's why you should not delay teshuva and do it when you're young, and you still have energy, and you can still make new paths, and you can still adapt to new natures. And that's the point. So that concludes. Therefore, befits a person to hurry in obtaining deliverance for his soul, to engage in the service of Hashem without delay. As David HaMelech alav shalom said in Tehillim, hasten and I did not delay to keep your commandments. So, just to sum it up, to go over the 9 things, the 9 reasons why one should do teshuva without delaying it, is because number one, if you delay it, you may never have another opportunity, because you'll be focused on this physical world. That's number one. Number two, when you have money, you won't always want more, and therefore you won't have time for Torah if you focus on money. Number three, you have a lot to do, and by wasting time, you're not going to be able to achieve everything. Fourth reason, you will continue to sin by not improving your character traits. Number 5, a period of character improvement is delayed. It's harder for you to do teshuva because now you got into the habit. Number 6, maybe you won't live long, and therefore you'll die before completing your teshuva. Number 7, he'll forget, he won't be upset, he won't be able to do complete a good teshuva over it, because he won't remember how bad his sin was, because it passed already. Number 8, when you're old, your Yetzer Hara weakens. Now you lost your desires, so you won't get as much as the reward. 9th reason, when you're old also, it's hard for you to make new paths and fight with your Yetzer Hara. So that's the 9 reasons. So Baruch Hashem, we finished the second Shad. Mizat Hashem, next time we continue with the third Shad, which talks about the severity of the mitzvot and the prohibitions, different categories of punishment. We will talk about Mizat Hashem next time. Right, things, categories onto certain mitzvot, what categories they fall into. Mizat Hashem, we continue next time.